going on, people? What's going on? It's your boy Maas Apeal with your boy, the Weekend Gardener After Dark. And this is Maas Apeal Live. And tonight we're going to be talking about black male masculinity and the war, perceived war that is against black male masculinity, because there's been a lot of funny business going on in the media the last, forever really, but it's really been highlighted the last 3 or 4 weeks with a couple of instances where men have been put in a position that was more of a feminine role. And yeah, we want to discuss that tonight. But we had a really good show last night with Lindia Lipscomb. She came on our live with us and discussed her businesses, her 2 different business ventures that she discussed last night, as well as we got into a conversation about friends with benefits. And it was really good conversation. So if you want to check that out, go on my list of lives and check out last night's live. I done did a lot of talking, so I'm gonna let my homeboy, your weekend gardener, jump in here and say a little bit of stuff to y'all too. So,
also too, when you jump on the live to watch the replay, definitely hit the like button. Before you even leave out the door, just hit the like button. Show us
like,
that,
share, subscribe.
yeah, you like the content. Hopefully, you like the content. That's why it's so important to us, so we can keep doing these lives. And it's free; doesn't cost anything. Just a clickable button.
Yep.
But
Man, I didn't. You know what I failed to do today? I didn't put an advertisement saying we were going to be on at 9:30.
no.
I didn't. I was. Today was really hectic because my chair broke. My chair broke. You all can't see it because of the background that I have. Oh, I hope y'all like the background. I've been putting a little bit of work into the page. So I got a few backgrounds that I'm going to be putting up. So it's just just advertising me, advertising my brand. And yeah, you're going to see several different backgrounds in the upcoming days and weeks. But
Nothing wrong with that. A little bit of self promotion don't hurt.
Yeah, I want to get some t-shirts and some sweatshirts made. So I got really 3 different logos to choose from. I know I'm going to get one with the background that I have now. I know I'm going to get that. And I'm deciding on which one of the 2 other logos. I have 3 different logos that I have copywritten, and I'm just trying to figure out which 2 that I'm going to use. I know I'm going to use this one, and it's a decision between the other 2. I already know which one you're going to say. I already know which one you're going to say.
I say rocket.
Yeah, I'm going to get it fixed. Yeah, so we're discussing black male masculinity tonight, and that's kind of why, this is really, I'm going to change my style up, because the way that I've been dressing when we come on live is not really how I address off camera. And I've been getting a lot of flack for that. So I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to start, putting my gear on and coming on here with you all. So
what's going on, C Rob?
C Rob, what's going on, brother? What's going on? What's going on at the crib, man? Yeah, man, I heard, man, C Rob, man, how long was your electricity out? How long was your electricity out, man? I got people who they still don't have electricity from the windstorm that happened at home earlier this week. So I hope that you have power. But yeah, man, how do you feel, your weekend gardener? How do you feel about this attack that's been going on black male masculinity?
Well, it's been going on for a while, to be honest. Wow. You know what? When it kind of woke me up was when I kept seeing some of our black stars. They had play certain roles, and they were against it. And when they spoke out against it, that kind of like got my eyebrow up. Like, the guy don't want to kiss another guy in the movie, and he was adamant about it. Some of our guys won't wear dresses or wigs in the movie, and it's just like, what do you do? Because we don't run the movie industry, we don't run the TV industry. So do you further your career by succumbing to something that you don't believe in, or do you go get that money? I mean, what do you do?
I mean, all money's not good money, and you got to have some type of principles. You
Yeah,
have to, because I
you look.
mean, you can get typecast into a role.
Yeah. Well, I look at someone like a Will Smith. As an actor, I really like him as an actor. I really do. And I know he had one of his first roles in a movie was a gay character.
He's played some questionable roles.
Well, I know that first time he kind of regretted.
Well,
But
then he did the Genie
yeah,
movie. Hey, Bud, how you doing? Shout out to
I
Bud
just
Files. Shout out to Bud Files. If you haven't checked out his page, go check him out. Go
no,
subscribe to his page. What's that?
I've never seen the Genie movie, but
The Genie, man, it was bad. I mean, he had lipstick on. He was wearing yeah. It was the Genie movie was overboard.
yeah.
The Genie movie was
But
overboard.
but you always ask, why do they make us do certain roles like that?
But I wouldn't say
And
I wouldn't say it's just us. I mean, even
no,
some
no, I
white
know
actors.
it's not us, but I'm not here to talk about the other folks.
Right.
Yeah, other folks is other folks. Whatever. I'm here to
Okay.
talk about us. So when I see someone like a Denzel, you will never see Denzel in a dress.
He said he wouldn't do it.
Denzel he don't even kiss the other folks. Ice Cube, he don't even mess with the other folks in a movie. And he said it. No, I'm not kissing the white chick.
Because for one, you won't even have a movie with me kissing a black woman.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very rare that a heterosexual role in a movie will get to express and show masculinity towards a African American woman, a black woman in a movie. There are movies, but a lot of those movies are directed by us, or things like that. But yeah, there's a lot of role. There's the Genie with Will Smith, the Genie role, and 6 Degrees of Separation.
Was that it? I think that
Yeah,
was the movie.
yeah.
Yeah, I was
Six
trying to
Degrees of
remember.
Separation,
It was one of
where
his
he was
first
playing,
ones.
where he was pretending to be, was it like Sidney Poitier's son or something like that. But yeah, that role was different. I mean,
Yeah,
they went, yeah, he went all the way in his portrayal of that role.
yeah. Well, I don't know, man. I just know, just like, for example, on the weekend I work with kids, and I've been working with kids for years. Whether or not it's mental illness, um, whether or not it's adjudicated youth, kids who've been locked up, kids who are actually in jails, juvenile detention centers, group homes, and a lot of traits that they do, it's like real suspect. Like a
I
lot of,
mean, but can that be because they've been raised in single parent families?
and I believe that's it. And as a counselor, what do you do with that? Because you see a young male, and I'm not saying they're going to go in that direction, but they're exhibiting traits that are not masculine.
Because the reason that they're exhibiting those traits is because children learn by by mimicry, by mimicking.
Yeah.
That's why they say that at an early age, a boy needs a man in the household so that he can mimic a man. Now,
Yeah.
if there is no man in the household, then his mimicry is going to be of his mom, and his
Yeah.
mom's traits are going to be more
Dominant.
dominant unless
Mm-hmm.
there are uncles, grandfathers, um, men in your family that can come and get you.
Yeah. So somebody need to get these boys, man, because I'm in a group home and all I'm hearing is gums and teeth sucking and that with them every
That's a
sentence. And I'm
generation of
like,
boys. That's a generation
oof,
of boys that have been raised in a single female household,
yeah. You
and
know,
they may
this,
mimic it, but
yeah, we know they're not, but they mimic it.
yeah. But what I'm
Yeah.
saying
And
is,
it's,
there's a lot of feminine black men, and they may not necessarily be homosexual, but there's a lot of
yeah, yeah.
men that exhibit feminine traits, like like getting loud and being emotional. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being emotional, but expressing, I mean, men express their emotions differently than women.
Yeah. But when they express their emotions not like a man, that's an issue. I'm like,
Right.
dude, sit down, man. You're embarrassing yourself.
Yeah. But the thing about that is people, I mean,
I'm just,
young men need male
yeah.
role models.
And I'm just saying this is how some of this stuff could be starting. You know what I'm saying? I share a small little story with you. I got, and trust me, I got a lot of this story. But when I was married back in the day, uh my ex has a 14-year-old who came in a situation. This dude mirrored his mother so much.
You
I
told
thought
me
she
this
had a
story.
little girl.
You told
I
me
thought
this
she had a
story.
girl. I mean, there was nothing remotely masculine about this boy. Um, a real funny story was I was I was doing homework or something. I was laying in the bed on my laptop doing some homework or something, and I hear him screaming in his room. So of course his mom jumps up and runs to the rescue, see what's going on. Then she comes running in the room, panicking off of what his stuff, whatever he was going through, and she's like, "Hey, look, there's a bug in his room. Could you go in there and get it?" And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, this fool's 14 years old. You can't handle a bug. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe the bug is on steroids. Maybe it got some muscles or something. I don't know. Maybe the bug has teeth and it showed his teeth. So I go in his room and I'm looking around. I'm thinking to myself, what is this little idiot crying about? Because he was in a panic. When I say he was screaming and pointing, it's over there. Hold on, wait. It's over there. Get it. And I'm like looking around for a bug on the ceiling. I'm looking around. Dude, I'm expecting to see something that looked like a basketball. The way this sissy was crying. I thought it was a basketball sized bug. And I'm like, all right, maybe I need to go get a bat. So I'm looking around, and he says, "It's right there. It's right there. It's right there. Kill it. And I'm squinting.
Was it a
Dude,
moth?
it was a freaking ladybug on the ceiling. A ladybug. So I reached up and I put it in my hand, and he's like, "Kill it! Kill it! What are you doing? Kill it!" And I'm looking at him, I'm like, "Are you serious?"
Like, I'm not going to kill the ladybug. I'm going to take it outside.
I took it outside. And I pulled her aside. I was like, "Yo, what are you doing? What did you do to this boy?" And she's like, "Well, when it was me and my sisters, she has three sisters, and all of them in the house. If we saw a mouse or something in the house, all of us jumping on tables and chairs, he did the same thing." And I'm like, "Yo," I said, "You ruined this dude." I mean, he was freaking out. Dude, just imagine one of the scariest things you could just walk up on. You could just say, "Man, I'm definitely afraid of snakes." A king cobra. I'm thinking the king cobra's in this room, and this little sissy is freaking out over a ladybug. Dude, I was so disgusted. And at the time, my son was 3. He would pick up the ladybug and play with it. And
I
this little
mean,
sissy was up there screaming and carrying on. And that's not the only story. I'm talking about mom perm my hair. I look how long my hair is. It's longer than yours. And I'm looking at him like, dude, are you serious?
that's because, but I mean, I understand what you're saying, but that's because there was, like you said, he was around 4 women.
Mm.
He learned by mimicking women. And even though he may still be a man, he's just real feminine.
No, he was no man. He was real. He was real feminine. Real. I'm talking about wearing scented body butter, wearing secret deodorant, pressing your hair out. I was like, ugh, ugh.
I mean, I
Somebody need
feel
to
you.
take this. But I'm
I
just
mean,
saying, this is our young folks, and this is how they're starting off in life. And
but I
then,
mean, yeah, but that I mean, but this I mean, what we're really talking about is the media's portrayal
yeah,
of
well,
black
that's where I was going.
masculinity.
That's where I was going. You're
Yeah, I
not
mean,
letting me cook. I'm trying to
but that's
cook.
those are the roots of it. Those are the roots of it.
And
And I
that's where I
mean,
was leading. It starts there,
yeah,
and then it makes you more susceptible to the okey doke when you get older. You
yeah,
know,
yeah. And I mean, like I'm gonna name the examples of what I have seen that basically I constitute as I mean, basically they trying to there's a war on male masculinity.
on black
And
male
it's like
masculinity.
black male masculinity, and there's like it's like a reversal of roles, and people see really don't see a problem with this reversal, and that's really where it starts to bother me is because when you have people that accept the role reversals, then there can be I mean, how can two people that are like the conversation we were having yesterday, two independent people don't need each other.
No, they don't. Sure, they don't.
Two independent people don't need each other because one person, there has to be some dependency because two independent people are going to argue all the time and two dependent people are just going to sit in a room and just look at each other and don't tackle issues. So there has to be, and that's where the role reversal goes because, but there are the man should be the provider. I mean, that's what we're historically and genetically, that's what we do. We're providers. We go out,
That's our
we,
lane.
we go out, we get the money, we come home, we take care of the house.
We put the deer on the table, say cut it up, and I'm hungry.
Right. And
We put the deer on the table.
and I think that that's one of the facets as well. But the things that I've been seeing is the picture with Rihanna and ASAP Rocky, where she's
Yeah,
basically in the lead in the front in the lead with her chest poked out, and he's in the back in a cowering position carrying the baby.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
one.
and that's not cool. That's
That's
not a cool
one.
image right there.
And then you got these images of Michael B. Jordan and I can't think of the other guy's name. The Creed pictures, like these people, these dudes
Major,
are
major something.
major.
Jonathan
You know,
Jonathan Major.
in the movie, they're adversaries. They're adversaries in a boxing ring. They're adversaries. What up, TMI? What's going on? Shout out to TMI Santiago. If you haven't been to TMI Santiago's page, go check him out. It's going to give you a whole lot of information on the Dominican Republic. It's going to give you a whole lot of information on Long Island, New York. It's going to give you information on, how to maneuver and how to move in the Dominican Republic and Santiago and Puerto Plata, as well as Sosua. So he's gonna give you most of his information is gonna be geared to Sosua, but go check out my man TMI Santiago. Check his page out. A lot of useful information. But
Now,
back to what I
back
was
to our scheduled program.
so in this movie, they're adversaries where they're mortal enemies where they try to kill each other. But in the pictures that they have been putting out on their press run to advertise the movie, they got these movies with them cuddled up, pictures with them cheek to cheek, and I don't understand the purpose of putting pictures out soft. It's a boxing movie. Why y'all putting out soft pictures with them cheek to cheek, or like
Well, well, the thing is this: if it was the younger pictures because they were boys, and then they separated supposedly, and one went on to fame and the other did whatever, and then he comes back say, "Yo, I'm back, little brother, and I want your title." So now they beefing.
but they ain't brothers.
I know. I'm just saying. We call each other brother.
I mean, me and my brother got plenty of pictures, baby pictures with pictures when we were younger, and we don't have no pictures where we cheek to cheek, or I got my chin on the top of his head, or no, there are no. Those are not pictures that you see in people's houses. So why would they put two dudes that's boxing against each other in a movie trying to kill each other? They're gonna put out these soft ass pictures. I mean, that's
Yeah.
real talk. I mean, I don't understand it. I need somebody to explain to me the purpose of that. I mean, what they boxers, but they got a softer side. I mean, I don't.
But you know what though, man? We gotta try to figure out when the world flipped on its head. Well,
World
we'll say the
flipped on his head in
US.
the
We're,
80s.
no, not to where I'm going with this. At some point the world flipped on its head and it was right before COVID. I mean the C word. Yeah, that. Can't say that word on YouTube. But yeah, it kind of flipped on its head when everyone started getting real sensitive, and everyone was like, feelings, my feelings got hurt. You said something I didn't like. And I'm not talking about you. I don't know you, but I said something that hurt your feelings. And I'm like, I don't know you. I didn't say your name. I spoke in generality. And now you trying to cancel me? And we're in that culture where everyone was, it's not the suing culture where everyone was back in the day was like, I'm gonna sue you for defamation of character. It's more or less, I saw your video talking about dogs or whatever. I got offended. So therefore you gotta go because my feelings are hurt. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. When did we get to that? And I say that because now here comes the roles where women are acting like men are acting like women. We got, don't call me that pronoun. This is my pronoun. I identify as a giraffe. No, don't call me that. Oh, you said this. I'm not a she, I'm a he. I'm not a he, I'm a she. I'm a they. What's a they?
Hey
And
man,
when we started that, everyone's going crazy.
hey man,
They want to be something they're not.
it's like it's like okay. I got my little sister is 21 years younger than me. So if I
That's a
was to
different
pull out,
generation.
and you're gonna understand exactly where I'm going with this. My sister is 21 years younger than me. If I was to pull out a cassette recorder, she wouldn't really even know how to process that. I could explain to her and I could show her, but she couldn't process that because that's not her generation. By the time my sister was born, cassette recorders were ancient history. They weren't even. You can't even buy cassette tapes and stuff. You can't go in the store and you don't see stuff like that. So what I'm saying with that is, we will remember a time where when you fill out an application, you check the sex, it said male and it said female. Now, when you check that
Ooh,
box, you got a whole bunch of different designations that you can pick: he, she, they, non-linear, non-asexual, this, that.
non-binary.
So it's gonna get to a point where people aren't gonna. Male and female aren't even going to be choices. At some point, they're going to take male and female away. It's not even going to be a choice for you to pick, because there's going to be different names and new euphemisms and new blah blah blahs that's going to put you in a category. Whereas there was a time when you're a man and your woman, whatever your proclivities are in terms of your sex and your sexuality, that's for you to that's for you. Now we're in a world where, coming out the closet and baby announcements, gender. We're in this where we're at a point where people kept that stuff to themselves. Now people put it out here for the world. Put it out here for
And say that, how would it look if I came out and said I'm coming out of the closet as a heterosexual? Ta-da! You get what I'm saying? How stupid does that sound?
Like,
who cares?
There's even
who
this.
Cares?
I watched this video where this tranny was saying that heterosexual men saying that they would not date or kiss a tranny was basically a hate issue, a hate crime. And the thing is you're a man, but I'm not gonna say, in their warped sense of thinking, because they say that they're a woman, they want you. No, I'm not gonna date a tranny. I'm not gonna kiss a tranny. I don't give a hell how much you look like a woman. That is not what I consider a woman. And then the thing about that is, women are their allies, and basically they're trying to take a woman's role, and a woman is assisting them in that.
But
not understanding that this man that's standing next to you, you're calling him ma'am and things like that. What are you? If he's a woman, what are you?
But check this out. If she gets pissed off at me, what does she call me? She called me him, that name. Oh, you don't like women, you're that word. And I'm like, hold on a second. You talk about your ally. That's your ally who's actually that. So what you do is you use them.
See, that's what I don't understand how women don't see that as I don't understand how women don't see that as disrespectful.
It's very disrespectful.
But you have women that champion them, not knowing that they're trying to take your designation as a woman.
Hell, and they pretty much got more rights.
And the thing about it is, no matter what, a person is always going to resort to their biology. So now you got men who say they're a woman that are going to jail with other women, and because there are no men around for them, they're getting women in the jail pregnant. Because in a situation, if given the opportunity, you will resort back to your original biology.
Yep, that argument is lost right there.
But they got to keep putting them in jail with the ladies because they say that they're a woman. But if you a woman, how you in there smashing a woman?
Hey, you put them in a male jail, they will become a woman. How about that?
But see, they don't want to, because you already know what's going to happen.
Look, they be in jail like running around. I was just playing. I'm a dude. I'm one of you.
But
oh man, there was just jokes. And I probably get canceled over that joke.
Women champion them, but women don't even see that as like they're trying to take your place.
Yeah. And
now they say that they don't even want gay men. They want straight men.
So they're using everybody.
Hey man, black male masculinity is under attack. It's under attack. And
Now Majors put that photo out, and I saw people talking about it, but I really didn't dive into it. That photo he put out, he was sitting on a chair with a
we
hat
got the
on
little feather scarf and got his legs
or
crossed and
something.
his limp wristed.
I didn't see the picture.
Yeah,
I
he's
kind of
crossing
caught a
his
glimpse,
legs.
but
He's crossing. He got a Phyllis Dilla feather,
a boa.
the one with all the little feathers and stuff hanging out. The
Yeah,
Phyllis Dilla. Yeah,
that's called it's called a boa.
yeah, he got the Phyllis Dilla on. He's got his legs crossed in the feminine way, and he's leaning back with his limp, with his wrist broke.
His wrist was broke.
Hold on, I'm gonna look the picture up. I'm gonna show it to you. But
Not a good look.
Jonathan Majors.
And I think he got his chest out. He got his areolas showing.
So there you go with that. There you go with that.
He got his nipples out.
Okay, here's one of the pictures. And yeah, I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you give the caption on this.
I've never seen that one. Are those roses by his feet?
Those are roses by his feet.
And he's holding the rose, and he got his nipples out, of course.
That's one of them. This one ain't as bad as the other one. This one
That's
bad,
not
but
the one that I saw. I didn't
yeah,
see
this
that
one, this one ain't as bad as the other one. This one ain't as bad as the other one. So let me find the other one. And then let me find a picture with him and Michael B. Jordan. But yeah, man. I just don't understand. Just don't understand this attack. Now, here's the picture that I was talking about. Yeah, man. I don't understand this picture as a picture that you promote in a movie where two dudes is boxing.
Oh, yeah, that's not even a promo for the movie.
No, that's a promo picture for the movie.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I mean, I don't like that picture, man. I mean, look at that, man.
Yeah.
There's nothing masculine about that, man. That's a picture that you take with your pops or your grandfather or your dad.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't no picture that you take with a buddy.
I can see two little brothers taking the picture like that.
Okay, them is grown men.
Yeah, I know.
Those you got me talking ebonics. Those are two grown men. Okay, those are two grown men.
Yeah. I know the other word you want to use.
Those are two men. But what I'm saying is that is not a picture. That's not a promo picture for a boxing movie.
Nah. But you know what? You got to see what the intent was behind that, and why did they agree to it? And why did they agree to it?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, here's another one of Jonathan Major's pictures from the photo shoot.
Okay, yeah, that's the outfit I saw him in. Oh, that's not a bow around the neck. That looked like a fur sweater or something.
That's a rose. I think it's a rose, and I don't know what it is, man. But what
Is
I'm
it is
saying
this
is,
character is this character flamboyant in the
oh, his
movie?
character's a big brawny boxer that's coming back to knock Michael B. Jordan's head off.
And that's what I'm saying. I could understand if he was like a Adrian Adonis, an old school wrestler coming in there with the boa
No,
on.
man. Them ain't no Adrian
Yeah.
Adonis pictures, man. Adrian Adonis wasn't wearing nothing like that, man. Come on, man. We're not even gonna discredit Adrian Adonis by saying that he would wear something like that, man. No.
Nah, he did. He was kind of he played
He
that
was
flip.
flamboyant, man, but
Yeah, he was real flamboyant.
hey, man. I might, yeah, man. I don't know what I don't know what Adrian Adonis was doing, man. But I don't remember him. Yeah, man. I don't know.
Oh
man.
no, he was skipping around. But you know what, dude? To be honest, when I see movies like that, and it's not a lot of movies with us in it like that. Like I'm gonna talk about the other side real quick. When that Brokeback Mountain movie came out, and
I still have never watched that movie.
two of my former friends went to go see that movie together, even though they cool, but they went to see it and they said, "Oh my God, we didn't know it was that kind of movie, or whatever." And I was like, "Yeah, I would have walked out of that." But
y'all two dudes.
What will make two grown men say, "Yo, man, let's go see Brokeback Mountain"? It's like I don't even. What is that about? Is it about a bear attack?
Hey, man.
Is there aliens in it? You know,
I'm a movie buff. I'm a movie buff. I watch I watch all genres of movies. I love movies. I don't watch too much TV, but I watch movies. Yeah. But yeah, I've never had a desire to watch.
Yeah, someone didn't watch the promo. That's what happened.
You couldn't have not watched the promo. As much press coverage, man. They went to that movie and somebody saw them, and that's what they said.
Yeah, but in saying that, when I see us in movies that are roles that I'm like, I don't know about that, I won't watch the movie, dude. I can't give it.
Yeah, man. The title alone don't even Brokeback Mountain. That don't even sound like nothing that I want to watch, man. I mean, and the trailer got two cowboys sitting with a sarsaparilla straw in their mouth, looking at each other. No, man, I'm good.
Hey, man. By the way, what you drinking on, man? I see that cup. I see that glass.
I'm drinking on some Cooper's Hawk unoaked. It's not gonna come up.
There you go, right there.
Cooper's Hawk unoaked Chardonnay.
Okay. White.
Pretty good. It's pretty good. It's not as good as Nightjar, but I didn't want to. I got one more bottle of Nightjar before I go get some more, and I didn't want to drink my Nightjar tonight. Nightjar's on.
You got work in the morning.
Yeah, that too. It's just Tuesday. It's just Tuesday.
Yeah.
But yeah, black male masculinity is under attack, and it's up to Black gentlemen and Black men to show these younger brothers that may have grown up in single parent homes, single mom homes, what it is to be a man. But a little bit of that lies on the women too, because if a woman knows that she's raising a son on her own, you have to reach out to your male family members, your uncles.
Well, you know what the new thing is, and I'm not gonna say it's a new thing. It's one of the new things I've been hearing people talk about. Is look, give that son to his father.
Then they giving that checkup. Then they giving that checkup.
Some things, like you said, all money ain't good money.
But a woman ain't gonna look at that as bad money.
But you know what though, dude? For real, my son has lived with me, I would say 98% of his life, he's been with me. And I knew I wasn't going to get with his mom. That was a no right there. And I really didn't want another male presence around him. Because if anyone's going to influence my son, it's going to be me.
Gonna be me.
If he's going to follow behind someone, it's going to be me. And I took it upon myself. And he stayed with me most of his life. And at a certain age, his mom had the brains and said, he come to live with you. I can't raise a man. And I believe it was official in the 6th grade.
And see,
Now he's been with
the thing about that is in all the ineptitude of your ex-wife, that's one
no, it
thing
wasn't
that she did right.
no. My wife and I didn't have kids.
No. I mean, your son's mother.
Yeah.
That's in all her ineptitude. That's the one thing that she got right was to give her.
Yeah. But I pretty much from day 0, when he was 2 weeks old, he used to stay with me. At 2 weeks old, he would stay with me for a length of time. And then 2 years old, he would stay with me from 2 to 3. Then when he was 3 years old, he'd stay with me from 3 to 5. And then he'd go back to her for a year. And then all of a sudden she was just like, and I had him the whole time. And in raising him, I didn't allow none of that femininity. I didn't allow none of that sagging of the pants. You know what I'm saying? That stuff right there, showing your underwear and your booty to your boys and walking around thinking that's cool and cute. No, it ain't cute. It's funky. It's funky watching another dude and all you see is his underwear.
I don't even.
And they think
I don't
that's
even
not even
want to
cool.
walk behind somebody and look and see
Yeah,
that. That's not a view that's not a view that nobody wants.
it's like who are you trying to impress? You got your booty cheeks out.
I don't know, man.
You're gonna draw the wrong kind of attention.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, but it just yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that, and I told him from day one, yeah, don't sag. You got a belt, don't sag them pants. Don't sag them pants.
So
don't walk around here popping your gums either.
So what was it? What was it that made your son's mother? What was it that what did she tell you? What was the reasoning why she just came to the conclusion that he needed to be with you?
Well, verbally, she told me that I'm the only one who can make him become a man. She can't teach him that.
Right.
But what I saw is that she was lazy. She's a lazy parent. Real lazy. It was like, I'm gonna have him so I can have you. Oh, I can't have you.
That never worked.
Yeah. Oh, I can't have you. Then this is what I'm going to do. And she fell back. She fell back, and I said, "Nah, we don't do this. We don't do this. As a parent, you don't fall back. That's your kid. That's your future. That's your seed. That's you. That's your DNA. Really?"
Yeah. My son's mother took my son. I was with my son the first 2 years, and then she took my son and moved to New York. Went to New York, and yeah, man, this is.
Yeah, and see, that's that
See,
behavior.
My son's mother got pregnant by another dude.
Yeah,
and it was just like,
well, that's that thing. I'm gonna fix you. I'm gonna show you because I'm gonna be real.
Fixing me,
dude. That's what they think because same playbook. My son's mom was like, "Yo, if you ain't in my life, if you're not gonna be with me, you'll never see him again."
But see, my son's mother, I thought I was gonna be with my son's mother, but my son's mother was a Spelman educated woman, but she was dumb in a motherfucker. My son's mother graduated from Spelman, but she was, man, dumb as rocks when it came to. I mean, I don't know. Some women, like I was my mother's first experiment. My mother did a good job. A lot of women don't do good jobs in their first experiment.
Yeah.
TMI, what's going on, man?
TMI back.
You want to come on here and talk about the baby lady, man? I know you got some input into what's going on with black male masculinity. And see,
And
you know,
you know what though? Here's what I want to know: do they have that culture out there in the DR that we have here? That's interesting.
what I was gonna say is what I've noticed, me, is that men who don't want to give up their masculinity utilize their passports.
But what I'm saying is this: is this calling each other they, or I'm a she, or no, I'm a he, I'm this and that? He's in the DR. Does he see that same mentality from the men there? Or is that an American thing?
I think that's an American thing.
Yeah, because we sick here. We are sick. Mental health is a real thing. Huh?
Yeah, mental health
is a real big issue here. And,
yeah,
and a lot of people go unchecked with their mental illness because this calling yourself, I identify as a lion.
Hey man, let me say this. Let me before I forget this. You're right. Mental health is a really big issue in the black community. For one, there's a stigma against, going to talk to somebody. People think that there's nothing wrong with going to talk to somebody to get your thoughts straight. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing. If something's going on with you mentally and you don't have nobody to talk to, there's nothing wrong with going to talk to somebody. There's nothing at all.
No.
Good looking TMI. Hit the like button. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
It's free.
Drop a question, drop a comment. I mean, we're on here having a conversation, but we want you all to join the conversation with us, because if you all join this conversation with us, then it's a collective. And that's what our goal is to have a collective. Because if we're saying something that you think is incorrect, we want to hear your reasoning why you think we're incorrect. Wally, what's going on, brother? If you haven't checked out Wallyverse Media, go check out Wallyverse Media to get your financial information. Wallyverse Media.
Yeah. But it's getting big, man. It's getting big out here. And here's the thing about us is we tend to look for leadership with our entertainers. And we try to follow what they're doing. No, if you think about it. If you want to get black votes, moonwalk, bring some chicken, have some line dance, and bring in an entertainer. Then guess what? You got our vote because, hey, man, you played the sax or you sang some Al Green. So policy, nah, man, entertain us. So that's what I'm saying. Entertainers are who we look to. So when an entertainer sags their pants, has
but that's not entertaining. I mean, I think
I'm talking about entertainers.
Rappers.
I'm talking about rappers. They entertain. I'm talking about comedians.
That's going to be your main pants saggers is rappers.
Yeah, I know, but that's just an example, because then you got your other folks who have questionable. Yeah, they're flamboyant. That's the word I'm looking for.
So like, okay.
I got one for you. Hold on, I'm cooking. That fool Saucy Santana came out with that song with Trina to get our votes. Man, I was so embarrassed by that. I said, I can't believe that these ninjas are sitting up here dancing and rapping about us going to the poll. I'm like, come on, man. And you know why they do that mess? They do that because they know that that's what we like. We like people who...
No. You keep saying we, man.
Dude, I'm like, saying,
I'm not. Hold on, yeah. I'm not listening to no Saucy Santana, no vote.
I'm talking about
no vote, no bussy. Nah, man.
I'm talking about as a collective. If you look at it, they don't come to black folks with policy. They come with black folks. Black folks. I'm a black folk. Do I like that mess? No. But I'm just saying that they come to us with entertainment to get our vote. Entertainment. That's
That
all
don't
we
get. But see,
need.
that's the thing. That's some people because that don't get my vote.
I'm not saying all of us. I'm not
Right,
saying,
right, right,
I'm
right,
not
right,
being
right. And I
specific.
understand, but
I'm just saying.
there's a segment of people that, yeah, man. It's just, I
Okay,
mean,
I give you a prime example. How come they don't go to them other folks who are entertainers? Them other folks, when they say come out to vote, they give them policy.
they bring them.
They get
They bring entertainers out for them too. When they
not like
have
they
their
bring
rally.
up.
But what I'm saying is when they have their rallies, it be sometimes. I mean, it be entertainers there. They have
Do they
people that come and
do they talk
sing.
about do they talk about policy?
I mean, yeah, but when
Do
those
we talk
when
about
the
policy?
okay
Do,
when the mayors and the governors and the senators go to a black church, they talking about policy.
yeah, because they want the black vote.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, it goes two ways. I mean, yeah, I'm just saying that
That's
that gets. I mean, with black people, yeah, entertainers are gonna push the narrative, and black people are gonna follow that.
and that's the only point I'm trying to make.
But
They
what I'm
try to use
saying is, I feel what you're saying. But what
yeah,
I'm
we don't
saying
see
is, that's a
see
segment.
we don't have a Martin Luther King out there. So they push entertainers as our Martin Luther
They
King. They
don't
push
want us to have a Martin Luther King out there. They will
I,
kill him.
I know that. So they push entertainers.
And if they do the wrong thing, they'll get killed too.
Oh, they will. That's why they just entertain.
That's why I put this up here. What Wally said.
Yeah.
Wally, if them entertainers, why do you think that no entertainers have come together collectively to create a black university or a black school or a
Because
black
they get rubbed
anything?
out.
Because
Because they get rubbed out.
if they do come together to do something for the people, they gonna get axed.
They don't get, and I'm not talking about cut off the air acts.
No, cut off the earth axed.
Exactly.
But that's what I'm
You can
saying, man, is anyone who has the power to help the collective, there are reasons why they don't help the collective.
yeah. Instead,
And I
you
mean, I
got
hate to
cool.
say that, but basically they're saying you all can't help everybody. They got to pull their own self up, which we are the only people who adhere to that. You go and try to tell a Mexican that they can't start a business and their family can't work for them, or they can't send no. Why you think they come over here and they work and they send their money back to Mexico? Because that's how you collectively help your people. But if entertainers and people that are millionaires and billionaires did that, they would get killed, or they would be put in a situation where they would lose all their money, i.e., Kanye.
And what he said wasn't that controversial. It wasn't controversial at all. And I was like, because I was watching the show, and even the host of the show was like, he didn't like what Kanye said. And I paid attention and I responded to the host, and I was like, dude, what are you mad about? All he did was pull a piece of paper and said, this person owns this, this person owns that. I said, how's that hate speech? He just said, here's who owns this. He just read a list. He didn't say, well, I hate them folks because of what they did, blah, 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 and they stink and all that. He just said, here's a list of folks. And they said, oh, that's anti-Semitic. I'm like, he read a list of who owned RCA, who owned MGM. I said, how's that anti-Semitic? Ronald McDonald owns McDonald's. Is that anti-Semitic? You know, it's just stupid stuff. And people just
95% of the stuff that Kanye said was true.
I didn't see. I mean, I was looking for the vinegar. I was looking for what did he say that was so hurtful to those people? And I'm like, dang, I'm like, what did he say? And then I finally saw the video, and I'm like, that's all he said. He just said that someone owned this, and they mad about that.
Hey, man.
And I'm like, man, they some sensitive in the booty.
Some people don't want to be highlighted as running stuff.
Nah, Obama's not black.
Kanye didn't say
Obama's not black.
Kanye didn't say nothing that people don't know. I mean, black entertainers been getting crazy contracts forever.
Yeah.
Every time
Yeah.
a collective of black people with money come together to try to create a label, it's not really a label. They don't really care about a label. But when it comes to distribution and getting the music out, that's where they not going. Some stuff, man. This is what people don't understand, man. Is yeah, you got free will and we can do whatever we want to do. But some stuff, man, is
If
there's
we
just gonna
ask
be so many
permission.
roadblocks put up that you're not gonna be able to accomplish it.
You know, I was talking to I'm trying to think of the name he was using. Snatcher of Souls, and he was upset that a lot of us aren't getting businesses, and I was or don't want businesses. I'm like, nah, dude. That's like we don't want to jump through the hoops that they put before us. Whereas another person could come through the bank and say, I need a loan. My credit score is 750 or 650.
But
Okay, you got a loan.
those people came here as older
But
as older. What I'm saying is those people came here as older people with no and we're able to do that. We've been living here all our life, so we have been
but
susceptible to all the tricks and the technology that has been going on where they were never susceptible to that until they came over
okay.
here. So they came over here in
Mhm.
their 20s and their 30s and they got seven so they can walk in the bank and do that. We've been here all our lives
No,
and we've been living check to check, day to
but
day.
here's what I'm saying. If you and I go into the bank, and this is just a generality, it's not me specific, it's not you. We go in the bank with this skin color and we want to start a business, they're going to say, where's your business plan? What's your credit score? Where's it going to be at? And then they're going to start adding more hoops. Whereas another race comes in there and all they got to show up with is a 850 credit score. We got to go through 10 steps.
We don't have
Whereas
to.
they
What
go
I'm
through
saying
one.
is, what I'm saying is, I feel what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, if we had an 850 credit score, we wouldn't have to go through those hoops. But we don't have an 850 credit score because we have had to maneuver through all of the roadblocks that have been put in front of us.
And that's the point I'm trying to
They
make.
coming
This is
over.
why
They're
people,
coming over here after they've gone to after they've got a degree at their college that they went to for free. They went to college. They got a college degree for free in their country, and then they coming over here. Ain't
okay.
nothing free in America.
Oh, I know that. But I guess the point I'm trying to make, and I was talking to the Snatcher of Souls, is this. I think some of the reasons why some of us don't go for jobs, go for our own business and go to the bank is because of the extra hurdles that they place before
What
us.
I'm saying is, if I had a 780 credit score, those hoops and those stuff that you got to jump through, I don't have to worry about that.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. If you got an 850, if you got what I'm saying is with a 750 or 850 credit score, you can walk into the bank and get a loan
Look,
for
I
your business. No,
seen.
hold on, Murph. You can go into
Go
the
ahead,
bank
go
and get a hold on, Murph. You can hold on, your
ahead.
weekend gardener. You can go into the bank with a credit score and bypass those hurdles.
Okay. But you know what I've been seeing lately? I've been seeing nurses, doctors, workers who come in with a check. Who I even seen a movie producer come in with their check to a bank where they got an account, and the police get called on them because they cashing their check. It's just. I'm not saying all of us. I'm just saying I'm starting to see a lot of that banks rejecting their customers' checks. That's just like I'm with Bank of America. I've been with Bank of America since '85.
Okay.
When I walk through the door, this is just me. When I walk through the door, they see how long I've been there and they roll out the red carpet. But all I'm saying is, what if I go to the Bank of America in Rhode Island and I got a check and I say, yeah, I want to cash this check. And they call the police on me because I'm trying to cash a check.
But what I'm saying is they're not going to do that to you because you got a built relationship with them. They're not going to do that. These people that are These
What
people
I'm
that are
trying to
going into these places and they're calling is because the check is cut on that bank's and they're taking it there to get it instantaneously.
Did you see? No, I'm talking about depositing too. Did you see? What's the cat's name? Last name is Kugler, who did the Black Panther one. How they called the police on him when he was trying to cash his check.
Yeah.
Kugler, yeah, and look how famous he is. And they
Hey
called the
man.
cops on him. They had that cat hemmed up.
Hey man.
Dude, this is why we don't do a lot, man, because dude, we're automatically guilty upon skin color. This cat got millions of dollars, millions. And the bank held that fool up and called the police because he was trying to make some transactions.
Was he
He had to
trying to
tell the
cash the
police
check? Or was he
he was doing
see, that's,
he, he was
go
doing
ahead.
something with his check. He was doing something with his check. They
He
called
wasn't
the
deposit. What
police.
I'm saying is he wasn't depositing it because if he was
Dude,
depositing it, it would just went into
dude,
his account.
dude. He didn't go into the bank with a gun. He didn't go in there with a
I
gun.
understand exactly what you're
He didn't
saying.
go in there. He didn't go in there with a bomb vest. All I'm saying is he went in there to do business. They called the police on him.
Man, we
I'm
already
sorry.
know that there's racist people. We know we live in a racist society.
Well, that's what
Everybody's
I'm
not racist, but we live in a society that is racist.
and that's the point I'm trying to make is the extra hoops that we have to jump through regardless of our money, 800 credit score. Some of us jump through hoops, not all of us. I've never gone into a bank and got disrespected like that. But
Right.
that's my story.
Because you
My
have the
story.
credit score where they're not gonna do they want you. What I'm saying, man, is a bank is not what I'm saying is a bank is not in the business of turning someone away with a 780 credit score and telling them to walk out. That's not a bank doesn't
Okay.
make money like that. Now, if you
I
come in there
get
with a subpar, if you come in there with a subpar credit score, yeah, they're gonna give you the rigmarole. But if I go in there with a
I
750 or
get that.
800 credit score, they're not gonna do that to me.
Well, I'm looking at what the money man just wrote. Even with an 800, there'll still be some issues.
There's what I'm saying is what I'm saying is there's gonna be issues with anything if you come across the right person.
Oh, I get it. But what I'm saying is that's the fear that we have why we don't,
See, I don't
some
have
of
no
us
fear of
don't
that
start.
because I'll go to one bank, they'll tell me no, I'll go to another bank.
Stop making it about you. I'm talking about as a
Any
collective.
okay, so what I'm saying is we have to have the internal fortitude that if somebody tell me no, I'm gonna go somewhere else. I'm gonna make everybody tell me no.
But not everyone has that. You got
Hey
to
man,
remember this. You got
if
to
you don't
remember
work, you
this.
don't you don't work, you don't eat.
You got to remember this. There was a real screw job done on us here, and it started back in slavery. It started with the Jim Crow. It started with us having our own community, and they firebombed it. It started with us having our own banking system, and they came and destroyed it. It started with us having leaders to say this is where our people are going to go, and they deleted them. It started with that. So it's been a screw job. It's a screw job with crack being introduced into our neighborhood,
All things that
HIV,
we know.
and all that stuff. And I keep saying this, all that stuff mentally messed us up. Not you and I, but it started with our great grandparents. You get what I'm saying? And we watch them. We watch how maybe if they see a white person, they go, yes, them, or they always look down. And then we pick that nonsense up. And I'm just saying it's been a mental screw job for us. So a lot of us don't have that I got to do for myself. I got to get out there and get it. A lot of us don't have that because we've been beaten mentally over the years. And that's the mental health that I'm been talking about.
And I understand, and I understand exactly what you're saying. But at some point, at some point, when this person has shown you that they're not gonna listen to you, You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta move on.
What do you
You
do,
gotta
man?
move on. I mean, and what I'm saying is, I got like, I got 3 or 4 friends.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the people that I go to because I got 3 or 4 people that I know that if I take something to them, they're gonna give me their honest opinion. And a lot of people don't have that because a lot of people are that 10th person standing next to 9 broke people. If you're standing next to 9 broke people, where are you gonna go? Sometimes it's about the people that you associate yourself with, about the life chances that you get.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I understand. I understand exactly what you're saying, but at some point, a person has to be. A person has to pull something from inside themselves.
Where do they get it from?
There are no what I'm saying is there are no handouts out here.
Where
There
do they
are
get
no
it from?
handouts.
I get it, but where do they get it from?
I don't know what they. I mean, out the mud.
How do they do it? See, the thing is this: when I look at the world, I don't look at the world as a reflection of me. When I see other black men, I don't look at that they had the same struggles I had, or I had this, or they had the same struggles, vice versa. I don't look at that. I look at it as, yeah, I was fortunate to be around certain groups of people to be where I'm at now. And I can't say that for the other dude that went to school with me because they don't know how to get it from the mud because they came from a different situation. And what I always try to say is stop thinking that everyone's like you. Everyone's not as smart as you. Everyone is not as slick or cunning as you. Some of us out here, we're lost. And this is what I keep trying to tell taker of
Figure of
souls is,
souls.
dude, not everyone is as sharp as you are. You got to look at from the time we were born, the indoctrination of the public school system of America is a bunch of crap.
I mean,
You look at that.
you can't expect your oppressor to cheat you.
But we don't know better because why? Because there's no one to teach us better. Now, I can say this, just speaking about me, I know better because when I came up, I watched my mom. Then I took some of what she was doing.
Right.
I took some of the mistakes my pops was making,
Right.
and I pushed my son up. But guess what? What if my son didn't have me? You get what I'm saying? So a lot of people,
But your son does have you.
I said, what if he didn't have me? So what I'm saying is I'm using that as a not everyone has a me. You get what I'm saying? So this is why I work in a group home and I'm looking at these boys who are ages 14 to 19, and I'm looking at these cats and they glorify drugs, robbing, stealing, gang banging, and they glorify it because that's all they know. So
And that goes back to our original question for tonight. Male masculinity. And these places that these young boys are coming from, those things that you just named in an order are what black people look for as masculine.
and that's what
That's
they
what
do.
they
They
look.
think,
The stuff
yeah.
that you just outlined right there
Mhm.
is what black people say is masculine. A dude going to school, doing what's right, getting his degree, getting a good job. That's not masculine in the black neighborhood. That's
It's
acting
not
white.
cool.
That's acting
Yeah,
white, and that's being feminine. And That's the far. That's the farthest thing from feminine.
exactly.
But the stuff that you just outlined of what those boys in that group home are dealing with and what they're gravitating to is what we collectively as the black community say
Mhm.
is masculine.
And you know what? Since I work with kids, I get a view of the future. And
The
see, a lot
future
of us
ain't
ain't
bright.
around. A lot of us ain't around kids. Like if you are a teacher, or if you're someone who works at the YMCA, or you someone who works at a juvenile facility, you're looking at the future. So when I go to work, I see the future and I'm like, we done. Because these little fools right here, they have no common sense. Their
They done.
parents,
They done.
they
We'll be gone.
we'll be gone, so we'll be done as a collective because these kids don't
What I'm
do.
saying is in 30 years there will be no collective because what I'm saying is with all the interracial relationships and with everybody the melting pot coming together, there will be no races.
Just at the job where I'm at right now, I've been there. I've been there since '04, and I've seen kids when I got there who are probably about they're probably about 30, 35 now. The kids that I seen when I was there. The kids I seen there back then probably has a family. Some are dead because I see the police reports. A lot of them don't make it. Some of them have high recidivism rate. They're in the facility and
Have
then they go
any
to the
of the
adult.
kids that you've had in your group homes come back to you as a success story? Or
I
they changed
probably
their
see
life?
I bumped into maybe three, and I've been there since '04. No, make that four. One cat went to the Navy. One became an artist. One became a mechanic and had a child. He was a gangbanger, a heavy gangbanger. And when I saw him, his smile was from here to here. And he talked about, I got a job. That's my baby on the way. Everything is good and blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to write him off as a success
So
story.
what I'm saying is even with all the anguish and turmoil that you go through with the children that you deal with, you still have four success stories. And that's four more success stories than there would be if you didn't do what you do.
Yeah. So I just look at the state of where we're going, and that generation right there, unless God comes down here and put them under his wing, them kids are done.
It's going to be the 80s all over when a whole
They're
bunch of black
done.
men went to jail. Yeah, that's what's going to happen with this generation because these dudes don't want to go to school.
Nope.
You go down, you go anywhere during the day, during school hours now, and you are bound to see a whole bunch of school age children that ain't in school. I remember when we
And
were going to school. I remember when we were going to school, they had the truant officer. The truant officer would, if you didn't come to school for 4 or 5 days in a row, the truant officer would come to your house, or the truant officer would call your house. Something. They don't have no truant officers no more.
you
They
know,
don't care. They don't care. Their job is not to raise your children. If you can't raise your children and get your children to come to school and act like they got some sense, then we'll put them in jail or we'll expel them. We'll make them go to alternative schools, but we're not gonna deal with them. If you can't raise them, we're not. Whereas back in the day, there were teachers who knew that there were students that had parents that were struggling to raise them, and those teachers took those children under their wings. You don't have that no more. But
now
that goes back to when we had neighborhood schools. We went to the school that was in our neighborhood. Now you can go to any school you want to. They don't care about you. You're a number. You're a federal number that when you come to that school, we get more federal funding. And that's what it comes down to now. That's what it comes
you
down
know
to.
what you know what I why I always say the school system is one of the dudes I used to hang with, that idiot, told me a few years ago that America has one of the best school systems on the
Man,
planet.
America got one of
And
the worst school systems in the world.
I literally laughed that fool out of Hooters when we was talking. And I said, you gotta be kidding me, dude. You gotta be kidding. I said, the American school system is trash. I said, it's set up to make you a factory worker, to
It's
put
set up to make
you
you a
become a
consumer.
wheel.
That should be the
Yeah,
school of consumerism. That's what school you go to. You pay attention to what they teach you, and you're gonna be a straight consumer.
yeah. And all you become is a cog. You just fit right there with the other cogs, and
They
you become
don't
that
teach. I
wheel.
mean, this right here tells you that the American educational system has failed because they still do not teach financial literacy in elementary, middle school, or high school.
Why do you
If
think that
you
is?
want a society that is going to be progressive, you teach them how to handle money. But in America, they want dumb consumers who are motivated by commercials. Commercials make you go do something. There's not a commercial that I'm going to watch that's going to make me go out and buy something.
Yeah, but not all of us are can ignore that. A lot of us are susceptible to that. The kids that I work with, hey, hey, I'm going home this weekend. They're telling me I'm going home this weekend, and I'm gonna go ahead and get these I'm gonna go ahead and get this Guess belt or Gucci belt, and it costs $300. And I'm like, for what?
This new chair is bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah, and I'm looking at why you getting a $300 belt for what? And they come back and here's why they want to get it. Hey y'all, guess what I got? Oh, is that the new Gucci belt or whatever? And
Jeezy
everybody's like,
had it on,
oh,
or Kanye had it on, or yeah, man. Hey, man.
I mean, but it's just like this is what I'm saying about the school system. They don't teach these kids to say buying a $300 belt is stupid.
They don't teach financial. They don't teach financial literacy.
And they looking at me like I got two heads.
They don't even
What do you
teach
think?
home. They don't even teach home ec in school no more.
Yeah. The kids looking at me saying, why you don't like my belt? Why you hating on my belt? And I say this to them. A child will brag about how much money they spent on something. An adult will brag about how much they saved on it. Now let that marinate. And they looking at me like I got two heads, like they didn't understand that. I'm like, I don't brag about how much I spend on stuff. I brag about, yo, man, I got two pair of Nikes for $90 or whatever.
Yeah, right,
I
right.
didn't buy one pair of Nike for 90. I got two. So that's what I brag about.
I mean, it all goes back to what we said of what we in the black community construe as masculine. And it even goes to women who say that they like bad boys and they like that is what that's what the black community considers masculine is to be a the delinquent.
A non-productive member of society.
Being a delinquent is what the black community looks at as being masculine. Being smart, being well spoken, being
It's
able to get a
corny.
job to take care of yourself, that is looked at as being white.
Oh,
And
what did that young lady call it?
that's the number one reason that we have the problems that we have is the misconception of what is masculine. Masculine is being able to pay your bills. Masculine is being able to pay your car payment, to pay your insurance, being able to feed yourself, being able to go to the grocery store and buy groceries for it. That is masculine. That's what
Yeah.
masculinity is being able to take care of yourself
And take care of your responsibilities.
and being a responsible adult. That's what masculine is. Walking around, posing, I'm tough, I'm mean mugging people, pulling a pistol. That ain't masculine. It's kind of weak.
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't never seen so many sissies pulling pistols on people. I'm like, when do these fools forget how to fight?
Hey man, and you see it in them. Okay, when you get them little dudes at your group home, and they get into altercation and it's a fist fight, them little dudes don't even fight.
Nah. Nah, what they do is they sit up here and they go like this.
They pick something up.
What and they go like this, or they sucker punch and
Yeah,
run.
yeah, man. That's you see it on. I mean, you see it, man. And like these little kids say, there's no one on one. They don't fight one on one. They jump if they not jumping you, they not fighting. If it's
Yeah.
a one-on-one fight, they gonna pull something out. But if we'll jump you and we'll beat you up, but if it's a one-on-one fight and you start beating me up, I'm gonna shoot you. It ain't. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back and live. And then 9 times out of 10, whatever you fighting over, 2 days later, y'all gonna be laughing about it and walking around playing
Yeah.
again. But these kids, man, they go from 0 to 100.
Yeah. Um, yeah, a lot of kids that I hang with kids that kill kids. They don't play.
Right.
So I see that in the group home and I'm like, wow. I'm
Yeah.
like
But what
they
I'm saying is that's what's looked at as being mad. But you see it with the women. The
yeah.
women want some. I saw this video. Which woman said, "If my dude ain't gonna pull a pistol out to protect me, I don't want to be with him." And my thing was, is what did you do for him to have to pull a pistol out? Because 9 times out of 10, if a dude is pulling his pistol out, it's either and he's with it's either some the woman has said, some drugs, or
Yeah.
some trying to rob some. I mean, man,
He pulls out the heater. That's what you mean.
yeah. I want a man that's gonna pull the heater out to protect me. How about having a man that you don't have? He don't have to have a heater to protect you.
Yeah.
But we can talk all night about male masculinity, and we didn't even talk about this misconception. There is no such thing as toxic masculinity. Masculinity
Nah.
is not toxic. It's not toxic to be a man.
Well, when you run out of words to hurt a man, you come up with some nonsense. You can't say, because right now the word that they wore out is what's the word that they keep saying? He's when you high on yourself,
Defensive,
narcissistic. See
narcissistic.
that word? Yeah, they use that word, so now it's like, well, we can't use that word anymore because one, we don't know what the hell it means, and two, we use it too much. So let's
Hey
come up
man,
with another one: toxic masculinity.
there's the there's nothing that's toxic about being a man. There are toxic men. There are toxic men. There's toxic women, but there's nothing toxic about being a man. So
Well,
toxic
what I'm saying is
masculinity, that's just some for real. That's some
made made up word,
made up word to make you think
hurt
that.
feelings.
But I mean, it's backfired on them because I just saw a video the other day where a chick in the gym, she tried to have 2 plates on each side and she couldn't get it up. Dudes are just walking by looking at her because y'all.
That was funny
If
as
a
hell.
man look at
That,
you in the gym, he's oogling you. You in there with some tight yoga pants and you got a G-string going up your booty and you think ain't no man gonna look at you at the gym? That's crazy. These women
well,
are crazy. These women are crazy. You come in the gym with some yoga pants, no panties on, and your camel toe showing, and you think ain't no man gonna look. Get the hell out of here.
Well, you know what it is, man. It's we're in a culture of everyone wants likes. So what you do is you want to go viral. So you film yourself to catch a man looking at your cheeks, so you
You
can
in the
say, "I'm
gym
gonna get a
with
million."
no panties on and some yoga pants and no
It's
bra
for
on
likes.
and
It's for
no
likes.
bra and a sports top, and you think ain't nobody gonna look at you.
It's for likes.
That's why I don't go to the gym. I don't go to the gym. Roles are hey man. I mean, I don't understand. Hey, women don't want a man. I don't know what women want. They don't want a man. You can't say nothing to nobody. You say something to somebody. Even these 400-pound women. I was at the club last night. You know me.
A word.
I wear what I wear. So some dude at the club said I was dressed like a white boy. Oh,
Yeah.
here come this white boy, and I'm looking like what? I'm supposed to come in this. I'm supposed to come in here grimy. I'm supposed to come in here looking. I mean, is coming in here looking grimy? Is that masking? I mean, I don't know, man. we as a people are confused. We're confused. The stuff that we is confusing, man. And a lot of brothers is like, I'm not even gonna deal with this confusion, man. This is trying to talk to black women is confusing now. I didn't think I would be saying that at 50 years old, that women are confusing. Because like I said, women dictate what is perceived as masculinity. And you got all these women saying they want bad boys. I mean, hey man, what I'm saying is, when we went to high school, we all knew the rich chick that was dating a drug dealer. And your parents didn't know this dude was pulling up to your house with a Cadillac. He's 20 years old and he's got a brand new Cadillac. Your parents know he's a drug dealer, but he can take care of her the way she want to be taken care of, and he don't open. Man, I didn't. Man, we seen this all. What I'm saying is, hey man, everybody know the church girl that her boyfriend was a drug dealer, man. And you gonna tell me the pastor didn't know? But the pastor's a drug dealer. He's pushing dope too, so he don't really care. His job is to get the money out of the broke people too. So he don't care. Just being real, man. I'm gonna be real, man. I'm gonna be real. The church, man. Hey, man. We all know this. We've all seen it. We've all seen this. Like, oh, your daddy don't know he a drug dealer. How many 20-year-old niggas riding around with a brand new Cadillac? But in the black community, money's power. Money's power in the black community. That's why you can have the person that got the most in a black family. Whoever make the most money, people gonna listen to.
You know, when I was married, the person that had the most money was my ex's uncle and the aunt.
Get nobody tell him no.
And them fools was wronger than two left shoes, and everybody still followed it. And I'm looking at them like,
hey man, in the black community, whoever got the most money, ain't nobody gonna say nothing to.
And look. So check this out. One story was the aunt came over the house, and my ex did her hair, was doing her hair. So I walk in the house, and they in the living room, whatever, doing their aunt's hair, and the aunt goes like this, Murph, why you got all this stuff on the floor and stuff, you know, in this? Why is the house? And I looked at her, I said, because it's my house. That's why. And you should have saw my ex's face like, oh my God, I can't believe you talked to Big Mama like that.
Hey man.
I'm like, F Big Mama. I don't care about your aunt. That's your aunt.
My ex's mother was like that, man. I said something, and then after we left, my ex was like, damn, ain't nobody never said nothing like that. I was like, I respect your parents, but I'm grown. I'm a grown man.
And look, and the thing is,
you are their child. I'm not their child. I'm not their child.
It was my house. And then she said, my aunt pulled me aside and said, you're mean or whatever. And I was like, F your aunt.
Oh, man, I don't care. Ain't nobody mean, but you ain't railroad me. And man.
In my house, you gonna say why?
You not gonna railroad me in your house. I'll leave.
Yeah. I had to tell that old broad something, man. I know she was pissed that I said that to her.
Ain't nobody never said nothing like that to my mama. Yeah, I guess your mama ain't never said nothing that somebody thought they should have said. She said something I thought I should say something too.
Man.
Hey, man.
I ain't care, man.
Been there, done that. Been there, done that.
You don't like my house, you can get out. Door right there.
Hey, man. I always got gas money in my pocket. If I'm somewhere and I get in my car. Pew! Pew!
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
All right, so look, we got an upcoming show. What's today? Today is Tuesday.
Today is Tuesday.
We got another show coming out on Thursday.
So we're
We're
not
gonna
doing the
start
show tomorrow. So we're not doing the show tomorrow. We're not doing the
You
two
know
Aries
what?
tomorrow.
We're doing the show tomorrow.
Okay, I guess we are doing the show
Stay
tomorrow.
tuned.
I
Yeah.
guess we are doing the show tomorrow. I'll be putting the advertisement out. I didn't put
Yeah.
an advertisement out for this live, but I appreciate everybody that came through. You know, we had some interaction. My man Wally versus Media, thank you for coming out. Thank you to TMI Santiago for coming out. Thank you to the Bud Files for coming out. And even thank you to the people that didn't leave any comments but came in and watched us. We really appreciate you coming in. And
Oh, by the way, Evie watched us.
you know, we love Evie. Evie, you know, Evie's the family, man. Yeah, that's the family. Yeah, I can't wait till I have to get my tux, man. We're gonna go live from your wedding, man. So yeah. I can say that I can say that as spring approaches, it's Aries season will begin. In Aries season, I'm gonna be turned up. I'm gonna be turned up the whole month of April and May. March.
I'm turned
Starting
up
March
right now.
19th. Starting March 19th, Aries season begins. And yeah, we're going all the way through April. Live info from the two Aries because it's our season. It's our season. It's the season of the ram. And we butt. Yeah, bam, butt your ass up out of here. But yeah, it's Aries season. Aries season is upon us. It's not here yet. Aries season don't start until spring. So once we spring forward and change this time and take that extra hour of sleep we've been getting back.
No, we lose.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah,
We lose the hour of sleep that we got. We lose that hour.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna lose it because I'm gonna be wide awake working. So
hey man, but one I will say this. I love when daylight savings time is on the weekend and you at the club and it's 1 o'clock and it's supposed to be 2 o'clock, but it stays at 1 o'clock and you get that extra hour to party at the club. Yeah, I'm done partying at the club. So yeah.
Word?
Yeah, I'm done partying. There's nothing at the club, man.
Nah. I think the last time I went,
I'm not buying no drinks. I'm not going for the flazzy fly. Yeah,
I think the last time I went was with you.
If I go out, I'm going out because I want to go out. I'm not going. Yeah, After last night, because I'm not.
The last time we went out.
Yeah, when we was at the
bar.
We went to we was at my homegirl's party.
Yeah, it was that joint where you tried to sit down and someone moved your chair.
I sat on the floor. Oh yeah, almost. Back to the wall. Back to the wall. Man, who took my chair, man? Yeah.
I don't know who took your chair, man. That joke was hilarious.
Some old fat chick that couldn't stand up took my chair. Man.
It was you had a stool at the bar and she moved it, and you was doing the Matrix.
Hey, I remember that shit too. I had on a brown brim. Yeah, I remember that. My brim fell off.
You know why I remembered it? Because you and I hung out like maybe a couple of weeks before that. And remember when I fell?
Yeah,
I didn't know it was a step.
You stepped down 2 steps. I had to pick you up, man. I had to pick you up. Well, no, didn't nobody see me helping you help me pick you up. But when I did the motherfucking Matrix, everybody in the club saw me do the Matrix.
Dude,
when I fell
down,
I didn't fall and I didn't spill my drink.
Hey, look, when I fell, I was out there looking like I was looking for my contacts.
Yeah, you jumped up. You jumped up like, did anybody see me? I was like, only me. Like only me, brother. Man. I'm gonna joke on you, but only I saw that.
That was funny as hell.
That shit was funny as hell. It's like, damn, Big Murphy fell down. Damn, the motherfucking. I'm talking about the whole building shook when you fell down. Like,
Oh man.
Hey man, but hey, just thinking about the 15 years that I was in DC, I will never forget the day that we had that earthquake.
Oh yeah.
That
That was
was
crazy.
crazy. That was crazy. I've got respect for people that live in San Francisco and people that live along the San Andreas Fault. I got mad respect for y'all because that morning that my whole apartment, the whole ground shook. Hey man, I can honestly say I ain't never felt nothing like that in my life. An earthquake where the ground up under you is, I don't wish that upon nobody. I ran outside so quick, stood in the middle of the street. Like if something gonna happen, I'm gonna be standing in the middle of the street. Oh my gosh. Whew. Yeah. I had some wild times living. I'm gonna have to do a show just talking about the 15 years when I lived in DC. But I might be coming back to DC, man, because man,
Word.
yeah, I like the
I'm looking at
Midwest,
you.
man. I like the Midwest, man, but I'm an East Coast guy now. I'm an East Coast guy. I'm an East Coast guy. These Midwest, they don't like in the East Coast. I can dress how I dress, and ain't nobody gonna really. They ain't gonna people dress on the East Coast. I come back here, man. We live
Overalls.
here. It's I hate to say this, but here in Cincinnati, it's like a whole bunch of individualistic people that want to dress alike. And if you don't dress, I don't know, man. I don't know what's up with bummy couture. That must be what's in right now. Bummy couture, dirty jeans, dirty coat, bummy couture. I don't, man. I ain't never been. I've never been a dresser like that. I wear. I like colors. I like nature. Man, I like. Yeah, I like. Man, yeah, I like spikes and flowers. Man, I like all that. So yeah, I'm not with the bummy couture. Yeah, you can that bummy shit. Nah, that's why yeah, man. I ain't half stepping no more, man. I'm taking back the Big Daddy King days, man. No half stepping. Yeah, because people was really thinking that I dress how I dress when I'm doing the lives, but I mean, not to say that I be dressed bad when I do the lives, but yeah, man, man. I dress so yeah. Bummy couture, we do not do that over here. So all you
No.
dudes that want to wear, I don't know, man. It's like the white tee culture's coming back. Like
Uh,
I got a dirt
like the
my
Fonz.
white tee is dingy, and I got
Looking
on
like the Fonz.
jeans, but I got fresh fitted baseball cap, so I'm fresh. Nah, man, that ain't fresh. That's bummy couture. We don't we don't do that on this side. We don't yeah, we not with the bummy couture. But black male masculinity, it's under attack. Black women, if you have a son, he needs to be around men because children learn by mimicking. And if your son is only around you, he's going to pick up all of your female traits. And then you're
He's
going
gonna
to be
be beat.
wondering why he's walking around and switching and stuff like that. And these boys need men. Like what your weekend gardener said, he works with children. He works with
Mhm.
children. And he sees exactly what we have been talking about. And it's because there's a nation of young men that have been raised by women. The dudes that's I will say this: dudes, men, women that come from two family households where there were defined roles of the man and the woman, those are the people that I kind of gravitate to. I don't know what it is. It's just how it is. Most of my friends are, I mean, because when you get an upbringing from both sides, because you come from a man and you come from a woman. So any and every man, every girl is going to have some masculine tendencies and they're going to have some feminine tendencies because we come from a man and a woman. But you learn how to use those tendencies by knowing your role that you have learned from your parents. And I think that that right there is number one. And then a person that has been raised is not really going to be susceptible to putting a wig on or putting a dress on or things of that nature because those roles are going to be defined. Like Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle was raised in a two-parent family, in a two-parent household. Both his parents are still together. He talked about not putting a dress on and how did a man that has been raised by a man is not going to see putting a dress on as funny. There's nothing funny about that.
It's not funny at all.
I mean, I got in trouble. My great grandmother, I got a whooping one time by my great grandmother because she caught me playing with a doll. I was up on the third floor by myself playing with a doll. My grandma was like, "That's for girls. What that? I'm getting you." Tore my ass up with that switch. Like that's not what boys do.
Mm-hmm.
I understood from there right there. Boys don't play with dolls. But I had a grandmother, a great grandmother, that knew the role of a man. And the role of a man wasn't playing with no doll. Now I didn't have. She was like, "Go outside, go out there and play with the. Get your butt outside, and go play with the boys." So
They didn't play that.
they didn't play that. They didn't play that because we know that back in slavery that they made little boys put dresses on because they wanted the boys to be asexual. This is talked about in slave times all the time. How they would dress the boys up in dresses. I remember everybody that grew up in the hood or grew up in the country, then seen a boy come out, the poor family. He had to put a dress on because his brother had the shorts on. I didn't seen it. My great grandmother wasn't having it. Get outside and go play with them boys. You sitting in this house playing with a doll, go outside. Yeah.
Yeah.
And put the doll up. I ain't never see the doll again. But some women, he just playing with the doll. No, that's my grandmother, my great grandmother was not with it.
Nah.
Yeah, whoop me with the switch. That ain't what little boys do. Go outside and play ball. Go outside and chunk some rocks.
Yeah.
Do anything but play with these dolls. So, I mean, people say that, the times of it takes a village to raise the community is gone, but it still takes a community to raise the child. And
The right
sometimes that
community.
community ain't your family.
Yeah.
Sometimes that community ain't your family. But I'm pretty sure that we will be returning and talking about this topic again. Um,
Yeah, we do because there's a lot of stuff we didn't cover. Um that's on my mind right now. And I definitely want to jot down my thoughts and ponder over it to see if
Jot
I
down your
do want to
thoughts and we
bring it
can
up.
continue this tomorrow, or we can have a
Yeah.
new topic and we can come back to this.
Well,
Lindia was supposed to come back on. She got a new microphone. But I'm pretty sure Lindia really was Mondays and Wednesdays. She said that those was the days that she was really so. You all will probably get another dose of Lindia tomorrow. So we're looking forward to our show that we're gonna do tomorrow. We had only planned on going for we had only planned on going for an hour. But as usual, we get to talking, and that's what we do. And we're pushing up on 2 hours, so it's 11:18. We probably gonna stay on here for about 12 more minutes. So if anybody that is looking at us now, like I said before, we appreciate you staying in here with us and listening to our editorials and our conversations on the stuff that we're talking about. But yeah, we love it when we have interaction from the people that are watching us. So if you have anything that you want to say in these last 12 minutes that we're going to be on here, please post those comments and we'll address those. But I think we can both agree, even though with us, there's always going to be some points and stuff that we disagree. But I think we can both disagree that black male masculinity is under attack.
Mhm.
And the misconceptions within the black community of what masculinity is a big part of that. And pop culture is a big part of that too. Pop culture is a big part of that. What people see on TV and what they interpret, that's what they're going to look at as masculine. And I mean, I hate to say it, but being a scholar and being smart ain't never been looked at as being the most masculine thing. So, but there's us out here that we ain't changing. I'm not going to go out here and sag, and I'm not doing bummy couture. So I'm gonna get the women that I'm gonna get, and the women that don't like how I dress, I don't have time. I'm just man, I don't. It don't hurt when somebody says that they don't like the clothes that I wear, or they don't like how I dress. I don't take that as a slight. I'm still gonna do me. But yeah, bummy couture. Yeah, we don't do that over this way.
Nah.
No, I ain't never been that. Ain't gonna never be that. But I can say that the first weekend in May, I will be at the Kentucky Derby for the entire weekend. And I can most definitely say that I'm gonna go live from the Kentucky Derby. I'm not sure if your weekend gardener is gonna be at the Kentucky Derby with me, but if he's not, we are still gonna go live. I'm gonna go live from Churchill Downs. Um, I gotta talk to my brother because he got to get the good tickets. We got to get the good tickets. I'm not. Yeah, we got to be on Millionaires Row this year. So I'm gonna be going live for Millionaires Row. Hopefully, I gotta hit my brother up. But yeah, my brother does it big at the Kentucky Derby. So last time I went with him and we were on Millionaires Row, I met Dorian Haywood. Um, there's a couple big time country singers that I met. Um, I ran into Dr. J, but that was the second time I've met Dr. J. I met Dr. J when I was in high school when he came to the Kentucky Derby. Um, I've met Michael Jordan at the Kentucky Derby. Um, Cameron and Jim Jones came to the Derby one year. They were doing a concert, and the group that I was managing, we took them around and showed them around Louisville when Mike Tyson was fighting in Louisville that weekend as well. Um, yeah, I got a whole lot of I now celebrity stories. Now we can talk celebrity stories because I got a couple Redman stories that's funny as hell. The two times I've met Redman, I met Redman when I was in high school, and then I've met Redman twice I've ran into him twice in the last 3 years, and I always remind him like I met you, and he remembers because yeah, it's a funny story. Yeah, it was the first time. It was why I. It was back when I was in high school, and I'm not even gonna say it was good green. It was terrible green. And yeah, I ran into Redman and Method Man, and they was like, "You got some weed?" And I had some brown dumpster truck stuff in my bag. And I pulled it out, and they was like, "Oh hell no, we don't want to smoke that shit." Like, yeah, you did say you had some. He's like, "You right, it is dumpster truck." He's like, "We don't want to smoke none of that," and they busted out laughing at me. And when I saw him like a couple years ago, and I was like, "Remember you met them dudes in Louisville when they had the snowstorm and y'all concert got canceled? Did they had the terrible weed?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "That was me." He cracked. We both cracked up laughing. Dapped me. Yeah, man. So yeah, I got some. And then I mean, like I said, I used to work at a radio station, so I got a whole lot of crazy celebrity stories that I could tell y'all about. I even got some crazy non celebrity stories just about working the overnight shift and the ladies that call into the radio station. And yeah, man, I've had women that have baked me cakes and bring them to the radio station at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, man. So I got a whole lot of stories. Just ain't got around to them. But yeah. But we talking about black male. We talking about black male masculinity tonight, and there's an assault on it, and there's an assault on it to the point where men that you think are very, very masculine, they're putting them in really, really feminine poses and situations, and it's kind of disheartening because you don't see other races men who you're looking at as manly and masculine and built up doing some of the things that they make black celebrities do, and the things that they're doing is very impressionable upon young black men that are growing up that are confused about really what masculinity is when they get all these different images and symbolism. It's kind of hard, and we're trying to be a vessel of explaining what true black male masculinity is. And we hope that we did a good job doing that tonight. um, that's in the eye of the beholder. It's how you have taken the information, but hopefully we have said something that you will take to your young men and young women that you know that may be a part of your family, or even the young impressionable minds that you come across that are not in your family. Hopefully we have said something that will motivate you to, when you see something that is out of norm, that is a role that no young man should be, that you will say something about that, or do something about that, or put that young black man around a impressionable older gentleman that can mentor him. And you know, everybody didn't grow up in a two-parent household. Everybody didn't have grandparents, great grandparents, and every young black man didn't have uncles. So if you know that is a situation of some young men that are around you, maybe you will seek out a role model that they can look to, that they can get um, some mental fortitude that they will need in this crazy world that we call life. But as we come up on 2 hours, I think we got 3 minutes, and we'll be at 2 hours. We really appreciate you all listening in to us and listening to the commentary that we give. We never want the stuff that we say. We're never saying it in malice. None of the stuff that we're saying in malice. We're saying it to help someone. So don't take anything that we have said as malice. We are giving constructive criticisms on things that we see every day going on around us. And I don't want to speak for your weekend gardener. I'm going to give him the next 2 or 3 minutes to, close out the show and to say what he has taken away from the conversation that we've had tonight. But that's really what I've taken out of it. That's why we wanted to talk about this, because there's a lot of impressionable minds out there, and the beast, the beast that is this conglomerate of media companies here in America, they're not looking for our best benefit, and we have to point out things that we see. And that's going to be the last words that I say tonight. I'm going to let your weekend gardener close out the show, and I'm going to sit back. So without further ado, yeah, it's Mass Appeal. I'm out. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't got too much. I don't got too much to say about this topic because we go down a different rabbit hole. But when I talk about these things, I talk about it as just an observer. I always say, let people be who they want to be. If that's what you want to do in life, that's what you do. I pointed out, I don't have to agree with you. I don't have to co-sign that. I call it nonsense, but hey, we live in a country where you do what you want to do, as long as you ain't hurt no one. So don't worry about what.
Evie! Hey, Evie!
Are you
Yeah, I
late?
cut you off to say something to Evie. Okay, go back.
You real late. She said that. She said that a long time ago.
Hey, I just now saw it.
Yeah, right now it's 129 where she is. She long sleep.
Well,
She would sleep
she'll see it at the end of the replay when she come back and check it out.
Yeah, but yeah, man, that's all I got, man. I don't want to say too much more on this topic. I just know we're in a culture where people's feelings and emotions are just out of whack, and you it's to the point where you can't. They don't even have dodgeball in school anymore because everyone's so sensitive.
Yeah, man, I was a
So
headhunter. I was a headhunter in that
yeah,
one.
so it's just like, man, this new world we're in, everyone wants to cancel everyone. Everyone's feelings are hurt. Everyone's crying over
Yeah,
stupid stuff.
yeah.
If I talk about something, I'm not saying a name, but it's like, oh, I got offended by what he said. He was talking about me. It's like, man, go back
Before
to
we end
sleep.
this show, last night I made a comment that I got from one of my fraternity brothers where I said, sometimes you say bitch out of love and not bitch out of hate. And what I meant by that is I've never called a woman a bitch. But if you hear me say something about a bitch, I'm talking about a female dog. I'm not talking about no woman. So there are times that you can say bitch and then be in love and not bitch and hate. And that's all I wanted to get across. I had a couple people be like, boy, you talking about bitches and shit. And I was, no, I'm not talking about
You
no
know,
woman. It
you
was a euphemism.
but look, I'm sorry. That's the mess I be talking about. When people get all bent out of shape over a general comment, here's what I say: a hit dog will holler. If you think you won, okay, you won. I wasn't talking about you, so stop hollering.
Hey man, women, a man saying that word bitch, man, we might have to do a show just about a male using the word bitch.
Dude, if I hear a woman say all men are dogs, I don't sit up here and go, oh, you must be talking about me.
I hear
I'm so
women call
hurt.
each other bitches every day.
But
Oh,
all
bitch.
I'm saying, but what
I
I'm
hear women
saying
call
is
bitches each other. They call each other bitches every day.
they do. But what I'm saying is, if someone's not personally pointing at you, calling you a name, get out of your feelings. I'm not
I just
talking
wanted to
about you.
apologize to anybody that may be offended by my use of the word bitch last night. Now, you might hear the
You
word
bet.
bitch again, but I ain't doing no more apologizing.
Hey, look, you better than me, man. I'm like, get over your emotions. I wasn't talking to you. That's how I roll. Get over your emotions.
Hey man, this wine was pretty good tonight. I didn't finish the bottle, but it was I had two nice glasses. It was good. It was good.
Okay.
So this weather, I know y'all kind of hear my voice going in and out every 5 or 10 minutes, but the weather here has been utterly crazy. Yesterday it was 75 degrees here. People was out with shorts, the sun was out. It was beautiful. Today was 49. It's like how can your body can't even adjust, man. So yeah,
That's
until
the
spring
that's the
is a
softness.
spring, but then somebody told me that they think that this house might have mold in it because yeah, I do a lot of coughing, but when I'm not here, I don't cough as much. So I'm gonna have to look into that because if that's the case, I gotta get
Buy
up.
buy a mold test.
I got to get up out of here.
Yeah, buy a
But
mold test. I saw one in the store the other day. Today.
yeah, we appreciate everybody's input. Everybody
Yep.
watching us. Go ahead and close the show, bro.
Everybody, peace out.
Maas Apeal. Salute.